Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to answer one of the questions that the viewers had in the comments, is my opinion on the HandyGym. And as a bonus, I'm going to cover one of the pieces of travel equipment that I'm actually going to buy. Okay guys, so here's my opinion on the HandyGym, right? Like any travel piece of gym equipment, whether it's resistance bands, a HandyGym, the X3 bar with the resistance bands, under sun resistance bands, the Max Pro. I mean, there's a bunch of different pieces of travel equipment, correct? So you really don't need anything for travel. I mean, you can use calisthenics and body weight just to kind of stay in shape and grow muscle while you're on the road. I mean, most hotels have gyms in them, so you can actually use the gym. I mean, it might not be the best weights in the world, but it's resistance, right? And the bottom line is that the body doesn't know where the resistance is coming from. So if I'm curling rocks as opposed to curling a barbell, as long as I'm providing weight and stimulus to that muscle, it doesn't really make a difference where it's coming from. If I'm doing a push-up, to the tune of 50 to 100 push-ups versus doing bench press, it really doesn't know where the stimulus is coming from. Now, there's a difference in the amount of reps I may have to do because of the lower weight or resistance amount. But again, the way muscle grows is metabolic fatigue and progressive overload. So they're the things you got to keep in mind when you're trying to do resistance training. But anyway, back to my opinion on the HandyGym. So someone asked me about the HandyGym, and here's my opinion. So the HandyGym is about a 2-pound piece of equipment. It's a flywheel mechanism. So basically, it's a motor that winds with the cable as you're pulling it. It provides concentric and I guess some eccentric contraction while you're using it. It goes up to, I believe, 220 pounds, if I remember. I don't remember off the top of my head. There are discs that you have to change in and out to get the exact weight and purchase separately. So like it looks like a mechanism. I'll show you here. There's a yellow disc, looks like a red disc and a blue disc. But you unscrew the discs and you replace them with each other to provide more resistance, or add to provide more resistance. It appears through watching one of Joey B videos, and I'll show you the clip here, that the one reason you may not want to buy it is because it's not so easy to set up or get used to. So let's watch this here.
When you first open this thing up, does this look like something that's not confusing? This thing looks confusing, okay? Now, HandyGym has a ton of videos that teach you how to use this, but for me, and if you're like me, you're going to get confused. I get confused very easily, okay? Very easily. I'm not the brightest guy. I get confused very easily. And when I watched those HandyGym videos, I was like, I'm even more confused.
So there you go. You just see the video from Joey B. And again, I just took the excerpt out of what he was getting at as to why you may want to return this after you buy it. I mean, that thing looked crazy, right? Like there's cables hanging. There's this black thing going up and down the rope. He's pulling the cable out. Doesn't look like there's any resistance. So it does take some time to get used to this flywheel configuration and how to set it up and all this other stuff. And if you actually watch the rest of his video, he goes on to explain how easy it is once you learn how to set it up, and you're not going to want to put this thing down. So I'm sure it's a great machine. It just, when I see that, it's like, it's not for me. And the reason it's not is because I don't travel a ton. And when I do travel, maybe it's like once every 6 months, 7 months, something like that. I don't want to have to figure something out or remember the instructions or have to YouTube how to set it up again, because I would forget, right? So like me, I want something to be able to hook up, plug in some resistance, and then just go at it. But yeah, that's the reason. That's one of the big downfalls for me. And it's probably not a big downfall for most, but that's just one of the big downfalls for me. So let's move on. It does come with an app that you can use that's going to show you how to perform different exercises. It looks like how to connect to like the door, or how to connect to the accessories that they give you to connect to, how to connect to the foot plate that it connects to, how to just perform multiple exercises while you're away from home with the HandyGym. Seems like you can use it indoors, outdoors, in a bunch of different spaces. So I think it has a lot going for it, and I think if that's something you're into, then purchase it. I mean, I'd rather see people work out and stay healthy than to not do anything. So bottom line, what's my opinion on the HandyGym? I think it's great. I think it's a piece of equipment that you're going to get use out of. Go ahead and use it. I don't think there's any reason for me to say not to buy it. I don't get endorsed by the company. I don't not get endorsed by the company. I have nothing against the company. It's a piece of equipment. It's just like me sitting here saying, hey, just do some calisthenics in your hotel room. Use the chair, the bed, do incline, decline push-ups, do pull-ups, sit-ups, lunges, prison squats. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get in shape. So I really have nothing bad to say about it. It's lightweight. It comes with I think a maximum of 220 pounds, which should be good resistance for most anybody. It's a flywheel technology, and the only thing I could say is that based on that video I just showed you by Joey B, there might be one limitation. It might be the learning curve, getting used to like winding it up or providing that exact resistance that you need, and coordinating the actual movements with the flywheel, whether it's pushing or pulling, just kind of getting that flywheel technology down. But I'm sure once you get it down, it's pretty simple. So my opinion on the HandyGym is, if you like it, get it. I'll be honest, it's not something I'm going to purchase. I don't think I'm going to use it. I prefer body weight and I prefer the Oxfit. But as a bonus, there is something I did find that I think I may purchase for short travel trips, or just even to use at home, and that's called the Unitree Pump. I believe it's on like an Indigo right now, so it's a project you can back. The Unitree Pump, in comparison to the HandyGym, is about 1 pound or 700 grams or so. The resistance on it is eccentric, concentric, and constant. So it's a motor instead of a flywheel. It's a like electromagnetic motor, kind of like the tonal or the Oxfit. So it is something that you do have to charge, but in the action of using it, when you actually see it here, it will charge itself by the fact that you're using it. So you don't necessarily have to plug it into a wall, although you probably would want to at some point. But the actual motion of you, providing resistance, whether it's curls or chest press or flies or the row machine they have, will charge the unit itself. It's just a small, probably if not smaller than the HandyGym, so the dimensions aren't too much. The difference is you don't have to interchange anything to add weight to it. The max weight on that is 352 pounds, and that's not one unit. So one unit is 4.4 pounds, that goes up to 44 pounds. So one of them little cubes is 4 to 44 pounds, but I believe you can add up to 8 units to work together for a max of 352 pounds, and that's eccentric, concentric, or constant. Again, it's electromagnetic weight. It charges itself. Comes with a cable charger you can charge. Has an app. The app shows you exercises, and it also is how you dial in the amount of weight you actually want to use while you're using the Unitree. So you can use it with a piece of accessory to say like a row machine and do rows. You can squat with it. You can use it like cables. Anything the HandyGym can do, it appears this can do. The only difference is how much weight do you need. So 2 units you can buy with up to 44 pounds. So if you want to do like cable flies or cable chest press with 44 pounds max, you just buy 2 units. If you want to buy 8 units, you can go up to 352 pounds. And as you add the units together and connect them, they're all going to provide that one unified resistance, and you can use that on the row machine itself as well. So I'll be honest, I did the research on the HandyGym, and when I found the Unitree, I was kind of very enticed by the Unitree because it didn't have the take apart component. What I mean is, I don't have to take anything off of it and add different discs to it and then screw it back together and then wind it down and make sure the cable was perfect just to use it. When I'm traveling, I want something quick, efficient, because I want to get the job done and move on to either exploring my destination or going to meetings or whatever it is that I need to do. So to be quite honest, I wanted something simple. So that's one of the reasons I really did like the Unitree. And I'll maybe do a separate video on it once I get it, because I did order it. The other thing I like about the Unitree is it's a charger. So if you have it and say it's in your backpack and say you're out exploring the mountains, or maybe you're in Ireland or you're in like the beach or something like that, and you're just walking around and your battery's low on your phone, you can actually plug your phone into the Unitree Pump and it'll act as a phone charger. So I mean, that's pretty cool, right? So not only can you charge it with the wall unit, your workouts will charge it, and then if you throw it in your backpack because maybe you think you're going to work out but you don't, and your battery's low, you can actually charge your phone battery. So that's actually really cool too. So the deciding factor wasn't price, it wasn't functionality as to what exercises you can do, because I think they both have very similar exercises that you can do with it. I think the HandyGym for me was a little bit more bulky. I think the HandyGym was a little bit more challenging. Not that you couldn't learn anything, but I don't want to have to, again, worry about being where I'm at and setting it up and winding it up and taking this disc off and putting that disc on. I'd rather just bring like 4 of these like little Unitree pumps, put them together to make the weights I want, dial in the numbers there, and then just go at it. I think that's simplicity. It's faster. It's more convenient. And whatever I can't do, I can always use calisthenics and body weight training to do. So that was the second reason I liked it. Third reason was that technology. I mean, I don't have to carry an extra battery charger now for my phone, or if I do, now I got two because I have the gym with me in my bag. So I mean, it's a win-win-win in my opinion. Now, do I recommend one over the other? No, I think you make your own decision, right? Like I'm giving you why I made my decision. I think the HandyGym's a perfectly fine piece of equipment. I think the Unitree Pump's a perfectly fine piece of equipment. What I'm saying is you make that decision, right? This is your call. I made the decision based on technology, speed of use, and the fact that it can charge my phone. So I think that's more bang for my buck. Now, getting into the buck part of it, the Unitree pump at this point, you're getting, I think, a 38% discount while it's new. So I think each unit, each cube is $159, where the HandyGym is anywhere from $599 to $899, and then you add the accessories. So the Unitree pump right now is a better deal financially. So I think I'm going to try that. I think the only downside to the Unitree pump is, does the battery life of this thing last, or does it kind of, you know, if you don't charge it enough, kind of die in a year and then you're stuck buying a new one. But that's something that we'll review when it comes in. But I did buy it. The Unitree pump does look like the thing I'm going to purchase. I would recommend, hey, look at them both, make a decision for your own. I don't think either one's better than the other for travel. So hope this video helps you. It's a real short video. There's not much to talk about. Just wanted to give you my opinion, as someone asked me my opinion on the HandyGym, and a little bonus on the Unitree and why I decided I'm going to purchase that. So if you got something out of this video, hit that like button below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification for more to come, and stay tuned, guys. Thanks.